Slayer.
Hello there! Welcome to Halo There, the Halo podcast brought to you by the X Marks the Box channel. My name is Potato, the a.k.a. the Potatochief, and I'm with my good friend, ProperNeko, a.k.a. Alice. How you doing, Alice?
Hi, my pronouns are she, they, and recently I got a bit of upgrade on my PC, which I got an RTX 4070, because my previous graphics card is like the GTX 1070, so it's like 3 generations later. So now with that, all that, it now made it possible for me to play Minecraft and also play Halo Infinite with an ultra-wide monitor, because I got one of those ultra-wide monitors that's not 4K, but does allow me to have a much better viewing angle.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. So I've not played Halo on the PC yet. How's the Halo PC experience? Do you feel like you're like MLG Pro because you could just click on people's heads instead of using a right stick and left stick?
Oh, that's interesting because, yeah, it does like give a much smoother aim. Like you go to the keyboards and you just like go around, but one of the huge benefits of a PC is that you just like use your mouse, smooth around, and you can make accurate shots. So it's like with the assault rifle, you can like scatter out, and then you like go make more accurate shots for the gun. But I think there are some weapons that's just like accuracy is all over the place for them, and it didn't help all the time. Which is why, like, if you have a gaming mouse that, like, if you click the button to like reduce the speed of your mouse and like do crazy shots, just like one of the mice I got back at my other house, like I can do sniper shots. But what I do find is that I think the commando is much better on PC, because if you use a mouse to aim with it, it would make much better accurate shots with the controller.
Oh, that makes sense, because there's a lot of recoil with the commando on a controller, so that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I'm a bit of a console peasant. Even when I play games on PC, I usually plug a controller in. I like using an Xbox controller. I don't know.
I think you may find the controller to be better in some areas, because I still haven't figured out all the keys for like things like switching grenades or switching weapons. But then I think of the people in the comment section say it's like, read the Ethan manual RTFM, which means it's just, well, it's said in like Newport University for me. Like, you just like read the manual and know where all the keys are, and it's like, okay.
The thing is, we play a lot of video games, right? So if you're going between different games, buttons do different things. That's the thing that always throws me off. It's just like I'll be playing Halo, and then I'll go into like I'll play something else like Doom Eternal, or like Call of Duty or something, and then like the melee buttons in a different place and the sprint buttons in a different place. Like going from Halo Reach to Halo Infinite, like that's like a transition right there, because you like the sprint button is the right bumper and you don't always have sprint, so it's just like it's like so confusing. So I mean, I could get that. Like you might get confused trying to remember the keyboard and inputs. Speaking of you get a new PC. I am hopefully going to be buying myself a new laptop soon, a gaming laptop, so that should be rad. We'll be playing some PC Halo.
So you can play Cursed Halo, right?
But we'll do if you guys want to see us do a Cursed Halo series, I would love to do that. If you guys don't know what Cursed Halo is, it's essentially Halo Combat Evolved with a load of mods that make the game really silly and stupid. It'd be funny. It'd be a funny series. I think we could do that. That'd be a laugh. But as I said a few seconds ago about the mouse and keyboard, if I get a laptop, I'm probably going to use a controller to play games on it. I'm not likely to use the touchpad. Like the touchpad on a laptop? That's how I use it. Like what I use my laptop for most of the time. But I can't imagine gaming or doing a first-person shooter with a touchpad. That would seem really weird. I don't know. I know people who do that as well. I'm like, you're a freak. You're a freak. But how is your PC, by the way? Because you wanted to talk about it a bit more, and I feel like I kind of jumped on your parade a little bit. So tell us about your RTX 470. Ooh, 4070.
Well, it's just like I've been doing a lot of research and trying to pick some really good components, because it's not just like for games. It's actually getting the best performance for like doing things like video editing or recording podcasts. And I like to think as if I got everything there, touch wood. But so far, it's okay. But it's less bottlenecked compared to my Mac Mini. But I still use my Mac Mini as a daily driver and doing writing as well, because I write stories as well.
Okay.
But
Yes.
I just like got some extra bits there. I still use a USB capture card, but when it comes to the graphics card, that one's a bit of a huge dilemma, because I was suggested like you can get AMDs like RX 6800 or 8900, so stuff like that. And I did consider having something like that, but I don't really want to like be a sellout. But I found in Nvidia that even though it's like less, it uses less power, whereas AMD offers more value for the power.
Right.
Nvidia does have some additional technologies that improves the performance of applications. But since I want to get a graphics card that does like ray tracing better, I just thought, yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the RTX 4070 because it can do ray tracing better than the AMDs.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I would like you make a good point, because I said about buying a new laptop. Like, if I wanted to just play video games on like the move, I could buy what's it called, like an Ally, like the Ally, or I buy a Steam Deck. But I want a laptop that I can also do video editing and video recording, and like, because I got Potato Pro Wrestling, which is my wrestling channel, and I've also got Xbox the Box channel. So I want to make sure that I can still do my video editing without any issues, you know.
Well,
That's and run video games is going to be tricky, trying to find the right laptop that can do all that.
Well, then I'm going to have to say that if you tend to do most of it on video editing on your laptop, go with the Nvidia. Otherwise, if you tend to game a lot on the laptop, get the AMD one. But mind you, you have to deal with the graphics cards bits in the laptops, and don't always give you the full power compared to the actual full-size graphics cards. But the boundary between the laptop and the desktop GPUs is like blowing up. So like one of the laptops I have, which I got in 2018, it's got like, I think it was the GTX 1050 or 60. Still packs a punch a bit. But yeah, it's like in the Ultrabook, it's like, wow, so good. But
I get what you're saying completely, though. I need to think about which laptop I want to get. I'm not much of a gamer on PC. I'm an Xbox gamer. This is why I do an Xbox channel. I play Halo a lot, and I mainly play on my Xbox. I do have a pretty substantial Steam library from when I was in university. Wasted most of my student loan buying games on the Steam summer sale and Christmas sale, like an idiot. I got hundreds of games on my Steam that I haven't even touched. And then obviously I got Game Pass Ultimate, so I have a massive library of PC games as well. So I could play Halo through my Game Pass subscription. So that's pretty sick. And Master Chief Collection as well. So, I mean, that is pretty much what I would be playing on my laptop if I got it. It would literally just be playing Halo again, probably. And maybe some Minecraft and some other Xbox games, essentially. Starfield, maybe. That'd be pretty cool.
Now,
on the laptop. But yeah, that's my hopefully going to get a laptop soon. And yeah, that is a concern, because obviously, as I said, I want to video edit, like render videos, record audio, record video, and also can play some video games as well. That's kind of like what I want. And like it sounds like an expensive laptop, and I don't have that much money. So we'll have to see what I can come up with.
Well, you have to focus on saving money for that as the primary thing. So just as long as you got some left over for like charity shop clothes or beans on toast.
Yeah. But I could buy myself one egg, because that's how much eggs cost in the UK. They're like £17 for an egg. I could buy one.
Are you sure they're not Easter eggs?
Oh, maybe. Well, that would explain a lot. Yeah, the economy is terrible in the UK. They need to fix that stuff really quickly.
I think we need to wrap this up by saying how the performance fared on the PC.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like,
how did it perform?
Because I play on the ultrawide monitors 1440p, and it's on the old 2017 graphics card, being the GTX 1070. Like, it's good for like 1080p, probably on the lowest settings, but when I do it on the ultra wide, it's just like has a bit of 40 frames per second or some sort like that, or something. I don't know exactly what's going on. But yeah, it's a bit. It just has a bit of a slowdown in some areas. But when I upgraded my graphics card, it's just like it feels like 40 frames per second. But when I activated the FPS counter and set everything to ultra, it's like it's 60 frames per second in the moment, and still feels like 40 frames per second. So when I put the refresh rate to the highest, which that my monitor offers, which is 85 frames per second, it's like, yeah, it's definitely like really smooth. It's had a little bit of motion blur to it, so it's like really nice. But I think when it comes to like maybe okay if it's 1080p, but if you like looking to get a monitor that is like 100, like you can get monitors that are like 240 hertz, and if that's the case, you'll probably be needing a graphics card like say RTX 4080 or RX 7900, and that's when you like get ridiculously high frame rates with the huge refresh rate. But for what it's worth, for the ultra wide monitor, it just works fine.
Well, that's good. I mean, the frame rate is obviously the thing that a lot of people were really concerned about. Like, well, obviously we heard all this stuff about Starfield being 30 frames a second, so making sure you can still run Halo at a decent frame rate is pretty impressive. So that's good.
Well, bear in mind, it does have ray tracing, but it's only for like the sun shadows. But I think when I tried it, it's just like it doesn't have a difference, so it's just underwhelming. So you'd probably be better off like not using ray trace in the game if you're after like high frame rates for better latency. So I think you should just like switch them off, unless you have a super powerful graphics card. But apart from that, RTX 4070, I was going to get 4070 Ti, but I decided to go with the 4070. And it was really easier because all I had to do is like unplug the power cable and swap it out and put a new one in and just reconnect the power cable, because it's 1070 uses the same power as a 4070. But if I get the 4070 Ti, it's just like I need to plug two more power cables into the PSU, and it's like, oh, I already did tidy up the cables in the PC, so I have to like figure out how to put two more cables into it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I it's the thing with PC gaming, it's just so complicated. It puts me off. Like that's what puts me off. It's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I know. I'll just put the Xbox on. I'll just plug it in. Just
easy.
It's easy. I just plug it in the HDMI. Yeah. So earlier this week, I also really confused you, and you got really confused, and you were like, I didn't understand what I was doing. So I made a second Xbox account on my Xbox to play Redfall, because I'm OCD as hell, and they have 13-point achievements, and I didn't want to ruin my gamer score, right? So I have this second account set up, which hasn't got like Xbox Live Gold or Core or anything like that. It's just a basic account. And I thought, I'm going to play Halo Infinite on it, because I've already maxed this week's challenges out. I've already maxed the 10 Rye events, and I thought I'll do it again. So I'm basically unlocking all the... I've done all the 10 Rye event, and I've been doing the Winter Battle Pass on my free-to-play backup account. And you're like, why are you playing on that? I was like, I don't know. I wanted to play Halo, and I already got all the challenges done, so it was a reason for me to play it again. And now my free-to-play account has loads of cool armor to choose from, so I'm happy. But you were very confused by it, and you were like, you had like questions for me. I was wondering if there's anything like you were like you just don't get why I've done it, right? Like, why would I play on a second account?
Yeah, like you originally made the second account just to play Redfall, but now you just like use the second account just to get all that UI stuff for it. When obviously the second account is like dead behind like 2 years of progress when it's actually on the Potatochief account. But then let me ask you, in which situation that the backup account would become more useful than your current account?
I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I don't know why. So, like I said earlier about completing the 10 right event, completing everything, and having nothing to do on Halo Infinite on my main account. Well, I went back and I played Vampire Survivors on there as well once I maxed Vampire Survivors on my main account. So I got a load of achievements locked on that for that as well. It's just so I have it. If I want to play New Game Plus or whatever in a game and it doesn't have New Game Plus as an option, I have that as a second account, you know? Like, Breath of the Wild is a good example on the Switch. I have multiple accounts because I wanted to do Breath of the Wild again, and it doesn't let you do a New Game Plus, and I didn't want to lose my current account. So I just made another account just to play Breath of the Wild again. And I'll probably do the same with Tears of the Kingdom as I just finished it. Well, but, I mean, there's not really going to be any reason to use the second account unless my main account, I don't know, gets hacked or something, or gets deleted for some reason, or I get banned. So I have a backup account so I could use, I suppose.
Yeah.
Also, if we're recording the video and I don't want people to know what my actual gamer tag is or whatever, it might be useful to have. But I already kind of my gamer tag's quite public. You guys could find it if you really wanted to. I think it's even
well,
right now.
Well, Animal Crossing, if you want to like start a different save file, you can just have to get a new Switch console.
Yes, yeah, the save file is attached to the actual console, not the profile.
Because if you do a second account, it just means you get another house on the island. That's it. So if you...
I did do that though on Animal Crossing. I made a guest house because I was bored, and I made a second account and just made a guest house in my own on the same island. That game was fun. And also off topic a little bit. This Barbie Oppenheimer thing. I still think that Animal Crossing as Cross Doom Eternal is the better version of that meme, and it is the original. So get over it. Barbie Oppenheimer is not original. Doom Eternal, Animal Crossing for life.
Yeah.
Anyway, is there anything else you wanted to discuss about your PC or my second account, or should we move on to our topics?
I think I was kind of thinking of the other memes before then, and it's just like Grimace Shakes and also, I don't know what else.
No, but I meant it's like the Animal Crossing Doom Eternal meme is polar opposites coming out on the same day.
I know.
Barbie and Oppenheimer thing is.
I'm talking about memes of this year, and I mentioned the Grimace Shake, and there's like a dog with a long nose, and it's called "Will You Do It For Me?"
I don't think I've seen that one, but I love dogs. Dogs are the best. Best creatures.
I can share. I was going to share with you a picture of someone, but yeah, let's continue on to the next topic while I try to find that picture.
Okay, so our next topic is, should we be concerned as Halo Infinite fans that Call of Duty Black Ops, a game from 13 years ago, is currently more popular on Xbox Live than Halo Infinite? There's more consistent players playing Call of Duty Black Ops for the Xbox 360 than people playing the current Halo game. That makes me really sad.
Bullshit.
And I almost start crying. Well, basically, we discussed this a little bit last week. Microsoft have come out and they have helped Activision fix the servers for all the classic Call of Duty games. So if you love all the Call of Duty games, you can go back and play them. But what annoys me is when I was a teenager, Halo 3 was my favorite online game, and now the servers of Halo 3 are dead. But everyone moved over to Call of Duty 4, a.k.a. Modern Warfare 1, when Halo 3 came out, and those servers are still online. Like, why are those still online and Halo's dead? I don't understand. I know we got Master Chief Collection, but it's not the same thing.
Well, this reminds me of over 10 years ago when there used to be Halo 4. It didn't turn out so well, but as soon as Black Ops 2 came out, everyone flocked over it. Even me, who got it for like Christmas Day and been playing it, and it's like, it's fun. But then I'm more used to like Infinite. I think it was the Infinity Ward's old Call of Duty games, and those ones are really nice.
Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it's funny because I was like, I always, whenever anyone asked me if I like Call of Duty, I was like, not really. I never really got into them. I've never really been a Call of Duty fan. And then I went to look at my library of old games, my 360 games, and I got 5 Call of Duty games on Xbox 360, and I've also got Advanced Warfare on Xbox One, which I've not actually ever played. I got it with the Xbox One, but
Lucky.
I know Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, and World at War on 360. And I didn't even consider myself a Call of Duty fan. So people who are Call of Duty fans probably have even more than that, which is mad. I'm going to have to be honest. I have played a little bit of Black Ops now when it's back up online. I played a little bit of it. But man, Halo was so much more fun. I don't understand why people prefer Call of Duty to Halo. I'll never understand that. I like everyone having the same guns to start, and the mad scramble trying to find weapons, and it's more about map control and like knowing your surroundings and teamwork and stuff. Whereas Call of Duty is about who's built the best class and who can find the best hiding spot and camp for the whole game. I much prefer Halo over Call of Duty. But yeah, it looks like Call of Duty seems to be the franchise now. The Xbox is selling Xboxes. It's the number one game on Xbox. And this is the old versions of Call of Duty and the number one on Xbox. This is bad. Which makes me sad. I miss Halo being number one. It makes me sad. I miss those days.
Well, I think the way I see it is that Halo games, they try to make it more competitive, like Call of Duty for Halo 4, which failed because people associate Halo it's a more casual thing. It's highly accessible, and it's has a more rounded setup of weapons and gadgets, and it just tries to make it more fair and something that is more more fun and casual. Whereas Call of Duty just takes the progression and makes it more professional looking, because if you just work hard and do well in the games, then you have more choices on how you deal with your play styles and how you deal with the maps. The best Call of Duty players are the ones that just figured the tricks of all the weapons. If you just go around, you've got a sniper rifle and you click zoom and shoot and get out of it again, and even crouch to kill the person, then it's just pretty much when you just get a huge high out of this game and getting really good at it. So you get some really good professional players on Call of Duty. Whereas Halo, if you're able to play Halo enough that you're good in your aim, I mean, this is all you need to do to be professional. You aim good and you know how to position yourself, and then you can get multi-kill medals. But with Call of Duty, it's just if you just figure out a perfect strategy to get kills, and if you get kill streaks easily enough, then you'll be able to get a huge hang out of this whole game.
I mean, the thing with Call of Duty and Halo, I mean, we're comparing the two again. Obviously, this always happens between fans. I think that Call of Duty is a bit more of a dopamine hit. It's just boom, you've leveled up. Boom, you've unlocked this. Oh, you've just got a kill streak. Oh, you've done this. It's constant stimulation of oh wow, you're so amazing and all this stuff. And then also deaths are instantaneous. You died and you're back straight away. You don't even have time to really think about it.
Time splitters.
Yeah. Whereas Halo is a bit slower paced, but I prefer that myself. I mean, we have a Halo podcast for a reason, because I'm a Halo fan. And I think also the issue with Halo, the reason it fell off so badly, apart from Bungie leaving, obviously, because that's obviously a big part of it, is that they tried to kind of be Call of Duty. Halo 4, Halo 5 and all that kind of went to try to become Call of Duty. I mean, especially Halo 4. Halo 4, you had kill streaks, and you had perks, you had classes and all that, which is all Call of Duty stuff. Whereas Halo 3 and all that is nothing like that. It's about, as I said, positioning. Everyone starts off with an assault rifle, and you got to try and find the best weapons on the map, and it's all about map placement and control, which is what Infinite does really well. But I feel the Halo 4 and Halo 5 not being that good, it's kind of killed the fan base a little bit. I think Infinite is fantastic, but it's not as many people have come back to the Halo franchise, unfortunately.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Well, I would
uh,
also like to add that in Halo 5, kind of
yeah,
reduces the issues with Halo 4, but it's the first game
yeah.
to introduce aim down sights, which then becomes normalized
Mm,
in Halo Infinite. Like, in the
yeah,
past, you only have like two, the triggers are mapped just so you can fire a weapon and throw a grenade, but starting
yeah,
from Halo 5, instead of throwing a grenade with a trigger button, which you can still do it with a shoulder button or some sort, if you hold
yeah,
down the trigger, you can like aim down on your sights, which is pretty much like stealing the Call of Duty, but that becomes the norm. But
yeah.
the 343, when they got complaints about it, they simply said like, oh, if you get shot while you zoomed in, you just like exit out of it, which is different to Call of Duty. So yeah.
I mean, I personally think the modernization, like Halo 3 is my favorite Halo. I've said this millions of times, but I feel like Halo Infinite has done all the right modernization to it to make it a modern shooter. I feel like Halo Infinite is like perfect. The issue is it didn't have enough content at launch, essentially. But I feel like the gameplay is solid for Halo Infinite. I really enjoy it. Everything about Halo Infinite, I think. Like obviously in the Halo community, we always have arguments about sprint. Should we have sprint? Should we not have sprint? Should we have look down scopes? Should we have look down scopes? Like that has always been an argument, but I feel like they got the right balance of everything.
Hmm.
Halo Infinite, like gameplay wise, I think is a fantastic game to play. It's just a shame that the fan base has kind of gone, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll come back for season 5, fingers crossed, and hopefully they can promote it better. Yeah.
Now, we have to move on to the topic of the week because we're about to reach 30 minutes. When
Of course.
we're aiming to like have shorter episodes compared to like Xbox the Box, but I think this is
Of course.
already going through the topic that is supposed to be blown into more detail with the Xbox the Box episode, which should be like aired like the last night or some sort. I don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to get into it a bit more. So yeah, so the big the topic of the show, the Halo Master Chief Collection has an update.
Hmm.
Would you like to tell us about this update? Because I haven't read this yet, so you'll have to let me know what the update is for Halo Master Chief Collection. Ooh.
Well, the Halo Master Chief Collection, which has been released in 2015. Well, I think it's 2014, but I think it's around the same time the Xbox One came out. I suppose you can look it
Yes.
up on Google. But
I mean,
this
yeah.
this update, like released roughly 8 years later, on July 2023, has got it's by far like the biggest update to Halo, like Halo Master Chief Collection ever, and it has brought so much, and even
November.
like has so
Sorry,
much visual fixes as well.
November 2014. November the 11th, 2014. Go ahead. Sorry, you just want me to prep.
Isn't that Xbox One came out in? It's not 2013, or is it? Is it 2000? Yeah, I think it is 2013. Is it?
Yeah, but the Master Chief Collection came out about a year later on the November 11th, 2014.
Oh, in that case, about 9 years ago. So,
Yeah,
because I think it launched with like huge connection issues and people struggle finding
unfortunately, yeah.
matches. And yeah, it's why if you want to play back Halo games, but it's just like pre-flawed with bugs. But every year they keep updating it and updating it to have more changes, have compatibility with Series S and X, and now they're just like adding more and more content to it, which restores a lot of content from like older Halo games, but at the same time they're adding more content in. And I feel they're just pretty much like overdoing this whole game. But now the game you get right now is much better, and that's even before this update, which came out, which comes at about 30 gigabytes. But this
Right.
actually improves the game so much. And I'm going to read through the list.
Oh, yeah, let's go. 27.1 gigabytes to be precise, or it says approximately, and on PC it's 30 gigs. Yeah, and Steam it's 12.4 gigs, so very
Yeah.
confusing, but go ahead.
Well, it makes me want to like get a Steam version when it's on sale, which I totally
Yeah, mate,
missed. But
I
anyway,
totally will.
You now have a custom game browser for Firefight, and
Ooh.
you can have more players for Firefight. So you can have up to like 8 players. But I think this
Oh,
is only for
really?
like custom games. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, I
So
love
maybe that's a
Firefight.
taste of things to come in Halo Infinite. Like if they have 8 players, wicked.
I'm totally down for that. Let us know in the comments below if you want to join us and we can play 8-player Halo in Firefight. I would totally be down for that. Get some viewers in. Let's do that. That'd be fun.
Even better is that when the firefight match is in progress, you can still like rejoin it, and that is
Ooh.
really, really helpful. Like if you're playing firefight, you need someone, then you do not have to wait for someone to join before you start, because with this update, you can like join the match in progress. So wicked.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Also, there's a brand new skull for like Halo Combat Evolved, which is called
Ooh.
Aquaphobia Skull, which allows you to fly through the air in campaign missions. It's like, whoa, crazy.
I'm not. Wow. Okay. That's new. Aquaphobe. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because I don't know like how you exactly you can find it, whether it's in like Halo Ever or not. But once you grab it,
Mm.
it gives you ability to fly just by using the
Wow.
jump button, or and then you could press crouch to fall down. Like, just think of
Love
a
it.
creative mode in Minecraft where you have ability to fly and then fly down again. Works like
Or
that.
Forge mode. Or Forge. Forge used to do that, didn't they? You can do that.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, like Forge.
In Halo 2
Forge.
Anniversary, Bandana Skull now gives you ability to ride on backs of like hunters.
Yeah. I saw that. That's so cool. I love that. Hunters are such a pain in the ass, so it's good to have. We can have something that helps. So bands. So how's that work? It's interesting. Can you walk? So you can get on their back. Can you like control them, or do you just plant grenades on them? Interesting.
I
It looks
think
like you plant grenades from the
I
picture.
think you can only like plant grenades on that in the moment, just like with tanks.
Still cool though.
Yeah, but I don't think it kind of works like as if you control them. But I don't think it gives you a lot of context of what you exactly you can do apart from like planting grenades.
Well, it says underneath it. When the Banchana Skull is enabled during Halo 2 Anniversary campaign mission, approach the back of an enemy hunter, then use the button in the on-screen prompt to board it. So that sounds like you can enter it or control it.
So,
Interesting.
do you enjoy playing Escalation Slayer in? I think it was Ascension
Do
Slayer
I?
in Halo Infinite.
Sure, why not? I like to play Halo in general, to be honest. But yes, Escalation Slayer is also fun. Tell me more.
Do you also love Halo 3?
My favorite Halo. So
There you can
yes.
have both of these things in the new Halo
Oh.
3 Escalation Slayer, which you can find in
Ooh.
matchmaking and custom games. So,
Tell me more.
so it's pretty much like similar to Ascension Slayer that you get different weapons by earning kills, and then when you kill the final weapon, you win the round. So, yeah,
So it's going to be the same as Halo Infinite, that you start off with good weapons and then the weapons get worse and worse, and you end up with the skull to end it. Like that's the last weapon is the skull. I
yeah, it
assume that's
seems
what's
like
going to be
it.
the case. Yeah, escalation. Well, really, it should be de-escalation because escalation means you get more powerful weapons. De-escalation means your weapons get worse, right?
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. Being pedantic. Yeah.
There's some additional content for Halo 3 Forge, which gives you more
Ooh.
equipment in Halo 3 campaign, as well as the I think you now have like access to things like golf club and
Love
flamethrower,
it.
which looks like you can now put it across all kinds of maps or some sort. Yeah,
That's
in every
amazing.
multiplayer map. Also, you have like you can disable waves of enemies in Halo Reach, and I
Ooh.
think you can have invulnerability for Halo 3 custom games, which only like affects assassinations really. But
Mm.
you can now view replays in from Halo 4 and Spartan Ops in the theater mode That's cool.
Ooh, I mean, I'm never going to do that, but cool. It's a nice
Oh,
option.
and there's golden mirror statues added to the Halo 2 campaign missions. And
Ah,
and this is mainly for challenges that if you found them, you earn like XP and a Spartan point. So that's interesting.
ooh. I wondered if there's going to be extra achievements added for this. I'm really curious if there's going to be extra achievements added onto the game for these little add-ons.
Well,
I'd
there's
be
too
intrigued.
many achievements for the game anyway. It
I know,
takes
but I like
years.
achievements. Give me all the achievements. I want them all.
I have yet to complete all the campaigns, and I'm
Me
like,
too. Well, no, I've done all the campaigns, but I haven't done them all on Legendary and Lasso yet. I have on the originals, but not on Master Chief Collection. So I need to do that at some point. Let's do that. Lasso series coming to Xbox the Box soon.
could be just
Probably
like the
not.
first 10 minutes because
I'll
that
give it
alone,
a
trying to
try.
beat the whole campaign on that. Plus, you had to
Yeah.
like complete the playlist of all the Lasso campaigns in order to get the whole achievement.
Nope, I'm good, thanks. I'll probably end up crying if we did that. I'm like, oh, why? Too painful. Okay, gamepad remapping. I think that's where we got up to. Gameplay options can now be reassigned to different buttons on controller. This will allow players to create personalized button layouts, which can be saved automatically under custom layouts. That's cool.
Also, you
That's a
can
nice little
like
touch.
improve the settings prompt, which if you
Mm.
back up the settings menu without confirming the changes, you get a prompt to let you know. Useful. But what's huge for this game is that you can now the 343 Industries has now compiled a collection of pre-release or cut content from Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2, and that includes
Ooh,
never before released vehicles, weapons, and la di da. But you can definitely
very
get
nice.
them, which it looks like you can actually. I think it's limited to Steam version at the moment,
Oh, that's annoying.
but I think this is a huge thing because it now gives you like more tools and more content to go with it, and you can have it in like the Steam version of Master Chief Collection. And I don't know if it's got Workshop on it, but if it does, wicked, because there's
Mm.
already like bunch of really good mods for the Halo games in this collection, and that includes Cursed Halo, new Halo missions, and all this stuff. And it's just what really makes this game much bigger. So if you have a Steam version of like Halo Master Chief Collection, you will be so spoiled.
Yes, lots of plenty of nice content for you.
Also, you can get custom background videos for certain menus in the Master Chief Collection, and it kind of looks like you can like change it to any of the backgrounds using some kind
Ooh,
of modding tool for it. I don't know,
that's cool.
but I think you could make it as if like you could use Halo 3 background or some sort like that. I don't know the specifics there, but you can change background videos with some modding tools. As well, you can try Halo Online maps, the modding content, and
Yeah.
even like do more button layouts. So,
I
gosh, there's
mean,
so much going on.
I was going
And
to say we've covered all the main ones now. There's a lot of like little tiny updates as well now, which you can cover them if you like, but it's just like there's a lot of little ones, and we recommend you check out the Halo Waypoint blog post, which covers everything. But yeah, if you wanted to cover some more of them as well, that'd be good. But I think maximum multiplayer teams have been increased. There's lots of modding stuff that's been added on, which is really cool. But yeah, sorry.
also, they did a ton of fixes with it, and it just makes the game better.
Oh
But
yeah.
what is the most interesting thing with it is that I think there's like a YouTube video which shows all those visual fixes for the games, and I don't think it's
Ooh.
mentioned in the update notes. But this is still like mind blowing because basically they did fix because the games like came out, which is kind of like either based on the PC version or some changes there.
Yeah.
But the fixes there is just like to improve the visualization closer to the original, and that is like massive. Like
That's awesome.
so, for example, I think I can like summarize some of the fixes there. Hopefully, we can get a video in the in the description below. But
Yeah.
there's Arbiter's armor, which is
Ooh.
in like from Halo 2 original, which in the legacies like used to be like really shiny, but now it's just like based on the Vista version, it's like not so shiny. But now if you
Right.
apply that update, it restores the shininess of Arbiter's armor, which is now comparable to the original. And I think you'll find it in like some of the parts of it too, which means you can get more like pearlescent glow, even like elite, and even the
Ooh.
turret, where it used to be like not so much of a shine, but now the new updates just like improves the shine on the turrets as well, which is really utterly amazing. So,
Very nice.
and then there's even like more changes to that. So I think Halo 2 Anniversary gets a huge benefit where it just like takes more of a original game's effects and applies it over there. So,
It's
and
very exciting.
also there's some like UI changes with the Halo 3 ODST, and there's Halo Reach where it improves the UI and fixes some visual bugs in the UI as well. And I think that's basically it. But I think you've noticed like the biggest changes to do with the Halo 2 games.
Yeah,
And
which is great.
this is what really impresses me about this update, because that way it just kind of like gets rid of the watered down effects in the Vista version, which has been ported over to like the Master Chief Collection, and now it's like closer to the original, and that's really fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good news, and I'm really looking forward to seeing this update. This is the July 2023 update, so expect it soon.
Now, I think that to cap this all off, it's just like makes me think like I know this is like a huge update, but I just really think that this should be the last update and try to round up all the good stuff and make it a more of a complete collection. But they should now like prioritize on getting more stuff for the Halo Infinite, because at the moment it's like it's really struggling. It's not like getting more content, but now it's just like it needs more to make it a much bigger game. Whereas Master Chief Collection keeps like getting more content, which recently it has an update that really makes it better, and I think this is much more needed than like adding more skins to the game. So I just personally feel that they should focus, like if they got work to do in the Master Chief Collection, they should focus on making a 1.1 like similarity with the original games on Xbox. And I think all these things is just really important.
No, I get it completely. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy that they've done all these updates for the Master Chief Collection, though, and they're keeping it relevant, keeping it fresh. Like earlier on, we were talking about how Call of Duty's become like the flagship on Xbox now. It is nice to see Master Chief still getting the treatment that it's getting, and it's still being treated like it is, like what it deserves to be. It is the great. I think it is the best franchise that Xbox have ever made, and it still deserves the treatment it does. But yeah, Infinite does need a bit more effort put into it. So maybe move a couple of people over from the Master Chief Collection to the Infinite. I don't really know how it works. I'm sure like they've planned this out resources wise, but yeah, I would love to see Halo Infinite get this like these kind of updates more often as well. That would be pretty nice.
Now, the final
I think
question is, like with the Master Chief Collection form being out for almost 10 years, do you reckon we might see Halo 5 added to the collection shortly?
I'm not sure. It'd be a bit strange to add it on Halo 5. But it does seem like it's the odd one out, doesn't it? A little bit. Halo Infinite's kind of his own thing. Halo 5's just been left to rot, essentially. I mean, Halo 5 is going to be in the Game Pass core collection, so anyone who has the basic Game Pass is going to have access to Halo 5. But yeah, I know. It's interesting. I don't know what they're going to do with Halo 5. I would like to see them update that and maybe get it working in the Master Chief Collection. I'm not quite sure. Maybe that might be like maybe when we get the series, the next set of consoles, maybe it'll be a biggest thing they put in the Master Chief Collection then for an update. Maybe I'm not sure.
Well, bear in mind that the Master Chief Collection started off with Halos 1 to 4, and has recently been given like Halo Reach and ODST campaigns for DLC. So
Yeah.
if they were to include Halo 5 as a DLC, it just means that more people will play on the Halo 5's content features, as well as the ability to play on their maps, as well as like mixing in Halo 4. Because honestly, I think there was like official upgrade to the maps and makes it much nicer compared to Halo 4. Not to say when it comes to being compared to like Halos 2 and 3. But the trouble is, it's just what makes the Master Chief Collection much bigger. And also, it just completely kills off the original Halo 5 as well. Just like with the Master Chief Collection, a de facto place to play in all the classic Halo games when the Xbox Live service stopped for the original Halo games as well. Which is why, like, with the Call of Duty coming back, with the game online stuff back, it just makes you think as if, like, you really want to see, like, Xbox servers being brought back for the original Xbox and Xbox 360 Halo games.
I definitely do. And I think the thing about Master Chief Collection, you were just saying, all the games they've added are Xbox 360 games. Halo 5 is designed for the Xbox One, or like, you know, so it is like it was a generation ahead of the other games, even though it doesn't necessarily have better gameplay or story or anything. I imagine it might be more difficult to bring over an Xbox One game and add it to the collection, but they might still do it. I'm not sure. As I said, I think it might be something they might do if the next generation of Xbox, they want to make an updated version of the Master Chief Collection. They might chuck Halo 5 in there just to add to it, to make it more of a selling point, but I'm not quite sure.
I just think, like, if the consoles get more hardware space, because Xbox Series X has got like 1 terabyte of space, which is never enough, especially their Master Chief Collection. It's like almost 200 gigabytes, which is like still massive.
Yeah, and then also the expansion drives are still very expensive and they need to go down in price. So it's very difficult to justify like sizes of files and stuff. That is true.
Yes. But I think it will be even. It's still disappointing we don't get to see Halo 3 and Halo 4 remastered editions, which they definitely need that. Whereas Halos 1 and 2 already got remastered editions after 10 years. So, yeah.
Halo 3 Anniversary is one thing I've always wanted, and I'm hoping they will still do that at some point. I think we should probably wrap up the episode here, though, because we've got over the half-hour mark, and but what do you guys think? Are you guys playing Halo Master Chief Collection? Are you excited for this update? Do you play Master Chief Collection more than you play Infinite? Or do you play Infinite more than you play Halo Master Chief Collection? Let us know in the comments below. Is there anything else you want to cover before we wrap up the episode?
That's enough.
We really appreciate you listening. We've just recently hit 180 subscribers. We really appreciate that. And thank you for listening. We really appreciate all the new viewers we have. And just let us know what you guys think in the comments below, and keep us, posted on what you guys think of Halo. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, Spartans out.
Neko out.
Bye.
Game over.
Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.